Before we get into your reading, I'd like to start by thanking everyone who has liked and commented on the videos, as well as subscribed and donated to my channel. I really appreciate it, you guys. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can find all of my contact information, including my email and social media links, as well as links to my music and podcast in the description below this video. Okay, let's get into your reading. What do we have for Cancer? Seven of Cups, Scorpio energy at the foundation. There's a lot of distractions inside your energy right now, Cancer. There's a lot of distractions inside the collective energy. Nothing new. However, it almost seems like there's been a subtle increase, like something has ramped up. It's almost hard to put your finger on it. I deal with an overwhelming amount of distractions and trolling every single day doing what I do here. It comes with the territory, but right now there just seems to be a huge influx. This has to do with what's taking place globally, not only inside your energy, Cancer, of course, but the collective energy. But for some reason they want me to focus on this particular energy for your reading. Seems like everywhere you turn, Cancer, there's a distraction. Something trying to stop you. Something that wants you to give up and to stop fighting for something better in your life. This energy wants you to throw in the towel and allow for the indoctrination to envelop you. I've been feeling this lately, Cancer. Sometimes I feel the weight of the world on my shoulders in my own particular reality, doing what I do here with all of you. You know, my whole purpose is to spread hope, spread some light, and channel through some messages for all of you that can help you fight for your happiness, fight for a better life. I've noticed that the more my channel grows, the more overwhelming this energy is, the heavier it is. I feel it. More distractions come my way, more trolling, more comments, more crazy emails, more people trying to take advantage of me. I feel like I'm tapped directly into your energy right now, Cancer, because this is exactly how you feel. Like no matter what you do, there's always something waiting for you around the next corner to try and knock you back 10 steps. You're correct in feeling this way, Cancer, because this is very much true. It may not be so obvious in your everyday waking life, but energetically speaking, there's a whole war going on behind the scenes to stop you from moving forward and elevating in your life. The indoctrination is at an all-time high. And you know, all my cards just fell on the floor. And when I sat back up, I saw this devil sitting right here staring at me, right on the edge of my table. Right here at this sacral position. This is this energy working overtime in your life right now, Cancer. This energy is going to show up in your family, your friends, your work environments, whatever it is to you. It's here and it wants you. It wants you to join their team. I feel like this energy has become very brazen in your life. They don't care because the nature of their actions is so shocking that it's still almost impossible to compartmentalize this as being reality. And they know that. They're manipulating our reality with this indoctrination. So say this is your families. They'll try and get you to think about yourself in a particular way. They want you to live inside the idea that they have for you. This is the path of a light worker, a light being, somebody who's come here to break chains. This is the path of a black sheep. Cancer, I've been working in this space long enough to know that most of these energies don't know the consequences to their actions. They're just programmed in this way where they feel like they need to control everybody around them. But they don't understand that they're being controlled themselves by something very dark and demonic. They gave themselves up to this indoctrination. They gave themselves up to the dark, to the devil. And the way they've given themselves up to the dark, to the devil, is by the way they live their life, by succumbing to the indoctrination, by taking everything that's given to them in their reality as truth, and not listening to divine, higher source energy. So now, they have been positioned in your lives to indoctrinate you as well, and they're going to do this by any means necessary. Whether they're consciously aware of this or not, all they know is that there's something about you that just doesn't fit. That light that shines from inside of you shows up in their reality as something that they don't like, and they must put out that light by any means necessary. Your sacral is all related to your passion and your creativity. It's an energy of you harnessing your gifts, your purpose, using the tools that the divine equipped you with before you even came here. They're able to stop you from using these gifts by indoctrinating you, giving yourself up to materialism, greed and envy, addictions, sexual lust. This is what this devil represents here. 7 of Cups next to the devil at the root chakra and the sacral, keeping you in your lower vibration, living in your root chakra, not connecting to divine source energy. This is a very low vibrational energy right here. Low vibrational Scorpio energy with the 7 of Cups. Not being able to transform, which is the Scorpio energy, transformation, phoenix rising from the ashes. You have this smoke and mirror in front of you. You can't see past it. See this blue sky behind it? It's like that's divine source energy. And this is the indoctrination, creating distractions. You can't see the truth. Putting a filter over your reality. What do we have at the solar plexus? 2 of Wands, Aries energy at the solar plexus. This is an energy of you standing in your power, and it's right there at the solar plexus, which is all about confidence, feeling in control over your life. This all had to happen just like this because you needed to see the truth. I had a similar energy coming through in the Taurus reading I just did as well. I feel like this is just another vantage point in the same energy that I'm picking up collectively. You all need to stay very focused on your future, Cancer, where you're going, okay? Yes, we have to live in the here and now. However, the here and now is going to dictate how you show up in the future. You need to keep pushing forward, standing in your power. Don't allow anything to cloud your vision, and don't allow anybody to make you feel like you need to give up your happiness to live inside the idea that they have for you. There's an energy here that I'm picking up. Some of you are breaking generational karma. Typically speaking, all of us are. If you're on this path, you're breaking generational karma. You're breaking the chains that bind. You're overcoming these outdated belief systems that your family have been living for God knows how long. You're carving out your own path. You're warriors of evolution. You're releasing stuck gray energy. You're getting it moving. This is what you came here to do. I know it's hard, Cancer. I know it sometimes feels like you have this overwhelming force around you and you just can't seem to make any sort of reasonable progress in your life. I get it. I understand. No matter how hard you work, no matter how much you try to help and spread hope, it almost feels like a futile effort. I'm no stranger to that, Cancer. I can tell you that right now. A lot of you are probably listening to this right now thinking, how could you think that? And I don't think that, but it's an energy that is projected towards me, that wants me to give up, and this is the same for all of you. It's an illusion. I do understand this, but it's very overwhelming sometimes. But I'm tapped enough in at this point, Cancer, to know that when I personally ever feel that way, something's up. Somebody's using some sort of energy manipulation against me. For me, every full moon that comes brings a mix of energies. I do have elevations in my life because I understand the moon cycles and manifesting with the moons, which I utilize in my life. But I also know that this is the time when the demons that have come onto my path utilize energy manipulation to try and derail me. My guides allow me to feel a touch of it. They allow me to feel a touch of that evil, a touch of evil. So I'm aware, so I know. In Cancer, what that tells me, whenever I feel that touch of evil, is that I'm making a difference, is that I'm still a threat. Otherwise, why would they be so focused on me and what I'm doing? Cancer, it is very important that you stay very focused right now on your path. Push through the darkness, push through the resistance. It's what we came here to do. This is no easy task. It's not meant to be a cakewalk. We're here to fight. And though it may not seem like we're physically fighting in the spirit, you're all in complete war. You're like these Spartan warriors in the spirit. And you're a huge threat. No matter what it is you're doing in your life, Cancer, it's very important that you hold on to these true heart's desires. That right there is your purpose. You need to keep going for that. Remove the distractions. Remove the idea that you need to do things in a very specific way. Wow. 8 of Wands in reverse, Sag energy. At the heart. Remove the distractions is exactly right. This is what the 8 of Wands represents. Delays, frustrations, you feeling like you're not making any difference, but you need to keep trying different things. Okay, so what I mean by this is a lot of people will come to me for personal readings and they'll say, okay, I think I'm functioning inside of my purpose, but I'm not really seeing growth. Things aren't really developing. You need to break out of the idea that you need to do things in a very specific way. Keep trying different things until something starts to move, okay? And I speak from experience here. Before I launched my channel, I was making videos reading tarot, right? And all these videos I didn't release publicly. I was just trying different things. This all took place during the pandemic. I lost my business to the pandemic. I lost my work truck. I removed myself from my homing situation, which was very toxic. I ended up having to live out of my car and hotel rooms and Airbnbs for an extended period of time with my dog. It was just a really dark time for me. But throughout all of that, I was working on what was to become my channel now. Every time I was able to get myself in a hotel room or an Airbnb, I would just sit there and record myself doing tarot videos. And I was just trying different things. And then finally, I became confident enough after a lot of trial and error, and I finally launched my channel, and it just went. It just took off almost immediately. Was able to remove myself from the circumstances I was in very quickly. And I had prepared myself for pretty much living the path of a vagabond at that point. I knew that I had a gift of delivering messages. I just didn't know how my delivery was going to look yet. But I became very comfortable with the idea that I was a messenger, I was a channel, and that I was meant to give messages to the collective, even if they reached one person. And I just accepted the fact that I was going to live a vagabond sort of lifestyle, deliver messages, and that was my purpose for being here. I didn't know that people were going to want to get personal readings from me. I didn't know that one day I would have a channel with over 70,000 people continually booked and be put in a position to completely turn my life around. It was a miracle. But the reason why I say this, Cancer, is because I entered into this space with a very pure heart. I didn't want anything. All I wanted was just to be able to survive, feed myself, feed my dog, get some shelter for myself. I didn't need all the bells and whistles, and I became very comfortable with that idea. So everything that came in addition to that idea was a bonus. And the way God blessed me was far beyond what I could have ever possibly imagined. Very quickly, I got myself out of all the debt that I incurred during the pandemic from losing my business. I kept elevating myself into the home that I have now. I have a lot of abundance around me. I don't want for anything. I have everything I need. And I believe that the reason why I've been able to maintain this now for going on 2.5 years, I've had my channel, is because I came in it from a pure place. So Cancers, I ask all of you, what is it you want? How pure is your heart in relation to what it is you're trying to do in your life? Because it's very important that you release any sort of ties to this indoctrination that I speak of. You must come at it from the place of having a pure heart and pure intent. If you come at it from this space, you will not fail. So if you're not seeing growth, it's because you need to adjust something, Cancer. Adjust your approach. Adjust your mission statement. Connect with Source and ask for guidance surrounding this. Because I can tell you based off of experience, Cancer, when I completely surrendered and said, okay, God, just use me. Okay, you can use me as a mouthpiece for your messages. I don't need anything. I just need food for me and my dog. And when I had that moment of surrender, I was literally out in the desert. I was on my knees. I felt something come over me. I just started to have all these downloads. I started to see clearly how my path was to unfold. So in saying all of this, Cancer, if you're feeling resistance on your path, there's something that needs to be readjusted. And a lot of it has to do with your mindset. Why are you doing what you're doing? Ask yourself that. What do we have at the throat? And with this Eight of Wands at the heart, this is also an energy of you releasing outdated belief systems. Wow. Hangman, Pisces energy at the throat. Letting go of old belief systems, old ways of doing things, because they don't serve your highest good. It's an energy of you seeing things from a universal perspective. This is you truly aligning with your North Node. It's like when I went through this, I started to see my purpose so clearly. I started to really understand why I came here. But the divine needed to strip me down to nothing in order for me to see it clearly. It didn't have to be that way, but I was so indoctrinated that it was the only way for me. I had to lose it all, to gain it all back, and then some. But this time, I gained it all back from the divine, not from the indoctrination. Now everything I have around me has been built off of my purpose, off of my pure heart that I have in just wanting to help other individuals find hope on their path as well. This reading here, I feel, is speaking to us about what's really important to us. You know, a lot of people live these lives inside this indoctrination, and they always say, well, if I lost this and that tomorrow, I would just want to die, right? I used to be that way. Now, if I lost everything tomorrow, I know that I could build it all back up again. I got it all out of the mud once before, I could do it again. And that used to be an idea that terrified me. Now it doesn't. I'm not afraid of that anymore. I'm not afraid of losing everything. As long as you have your health and your mind, Cancer, you are capable of everything. Let go of all that does not serve you. Lighten your load. This is probably why you're not seeing growth in this particular area, however this is showing up for you. For some of you, this could have to do with relationships. For some of you, it does have to do with your purpose. It's going to be different for all of you. I'm not going to try and dissect too much how this might be showing up in your life. I'm just going to try and channel these messages through as clear as I can, and then you will be tasked with placing this accordingly into your own life. But there is a need for balance here, Cancer. Some of you are second-guessing your purpose, your path, why you're here. Cancer, all I can tell you right now is that if those are questions that have run through your mind, or you do feel that way, oh, you're right on target. You're right where you're supposed to be right now, because this, in and of itself, is going to lead you to this epiphany, this light bulb moment. You're on the precipice of major change, Cancer. There's an awakening trying to happen in your life surrounding your purpose while you're here. You see, a lot of us have all this energy around us. It's bogging us down. It's taking up space that we need to channel through divine source energy so we can see our way forward. Most of the time, I would go as far as saying it's pretty much all the time, 100% of the time, there's nothing else you need to be able to step into this energy of purpose and on your path. You just need to remove some things. You have too much. You're carrying too much. You have too many responsibilities that have nothing to do with serving your purpose and have nothing to do with connecting to your higher guidance. They're just there to distract you. Lighten your load, Cancer. Strip away what you don't need until you start to feel lighter and clearer. And it doesn't have to be all material. It could be things that you're dealing with mentally based off of people you have around you, circumstances, relationships that bring so much stress into your life that you can't focus on what really matters. What do we have at the third eye? Unbelievable. And now you see your way forward. Eight of Pentacles, Virgo energy, hammering away inside of your purpose, mastering your craft, what you came here to do, releasing this excess baggage, like I said, that's creating delays. See, for most of you, it is energy. There's an energy around you that is trying to hold you back. It's going to show up in people, sometimes environments that you're in. For me, it was people, it was my environment, responsibilities I had in my life that were just material in nature. I was inside the indoctrination. But for the last couple of years before the pandemic, I was awake inside the indoctrination. I was just kind of seeing how the land lies. I was becoming awoken to the system of control around me. I was becoming more aware of the fact that nothing around me had any sort of long-lasting influence on my own life or how I showed up inside the collective. I always had something inside of me that wanted to make a difference, even if it was just in one person's life. There's a lot that's being put onto your path, Cancer, to really distract you from your destiny. And I feel like these energies are working overtime right now. They feel the shift. They feel the push. You need to keep charging forward, Cancer, and I'll say it again. If something is not working, change things up. Do not become so married to a certain way of doing things when it comes to functioning inside this energy of purpose. You must keep maneuvering and manipulating different things until something takes. Okay? It's like a puzzle. You just need to find your particular collection of ingredients and your particular way of bringing all the elements surrounding your purpose together. What do we have at the crown? Seven of Wands, Leo energy. And this card just shot across the other side of my table here. This is what they don't want you to see. They want you to think you're doing something wrong, that you're not on the right path. But again, there's this, it's like a spirit that's around you, Cancer, something that's been assigned to you to keep you off path, something that's here to create this smoke and mirrors, but you need to keep pushing forward. Keep persevering. Keep pushing up against the resistance. A lot of you on the front lines, a lot of you are being positioned to do very specific things that are going to make a difference. I just heard so clearly, this is going to be for somebody out there. I just heard agricultural. I also heard horticulture. I'm picking up a lot of energies in this reading surrounding farming. I just heard as well, God, there's a lot of downloads coming through, purifying the ecosystem. Purifying the ecosystem. That's actually quite beautiful. Because I feel like that's something that we can all... I just felt this tug on my heartstrings. Because we're very much seeing right now how the ecosystem is being poisoned. This is why all of us are going to come together and reverse this. But the way we do this, Cancer, is by fighting individually in our own lives so we can come together collectively and make a difference. We all work in an incremental fashion to fight this war. Overcome your own personal war. And then phase 2, come together with your soul tribes so we can work to purify the ecosystem. What do we have at the foundation, please? Justice, Astaroth. Cancer, we're just seeing all these injustices take place all around us right now. We're really just starting to see who represents the darkness in our own individual lives. It's sad. It's hard to come to terms with this. But it's very important that you accept this truth, Cancer. We've all been put into this simulation and force-fed this lie. And behind the scenes, they've been poisoning the ecosystem, whether that's on an agricultural level, a mental level, or spiritual level. It's showing up in all areas, as above, so below. Mind, body, and spirit. It's here. You're in a very unique position right now, Cancer, to truly step into your power here, however this energy shows up in your individual life. You can overcome this without a doubt, but you must overcome too many cards. What's happening on a mental level. So what I mean by that is they're trying to overwhelm us with stress and anxieties and living the grind inside the everyday matrix. Wheel of Fortune, Valak. Goes along perfectly with what I'm saying. This is an energy of stress, instability, right underneath this devil, right? I mean, this is an energy of these negative external forces in our life, trying to make us feel like we're stuck in a rut. We can't move. There's nothing we can do. It's out of our control. Yes, that is correct. It is out of our control. So that's why you need to take control over what you can control. What can you control, Cancer? You can control your own life. Okay, so focus on that. When you take control back over your own individual life, boom, you position yourself along with all the other people in the collective who have wised up to this same way of thinking. You can now come together and collectively take control over the system of control that's in place. Okay, so one step at a time. Step 1, take control over your own life. Okay, that's all you need to focus on right now. As soon as you do this, Cancer, you will naturally position yourself, because the divine will see that you're ready, that you're in a position, that you have the power to make a difference on a collective global scale, however this shows up in your life, your communities, whatever it is. And you will then be put in some sort of situation to where you can now create an influence. What do we have at the solar plexus? 8 of Swords, folklore. Wow. Unbelievable. It's just following up everything I'm saying here. Breaking out of this mental imprisonment. Understanding that if you're feeling this way, if you're feeling imprisoned by your own life, that this is all self-imposed. You don't have to be there. You're just allowing these energies to overcome you. They want you to feel restricted. This is how they get you. But it's all an illusion. Liberate yourself from the illusion, Cancer. 8 of Swords, Gemini energy at the solar plexus, right underneath this 2 of Wands. Taking the power back. Standing in your confidence, solar plexus energy. What do we have at the heart? Two of Swords, Holophas, falsehood, right? And here's that system of control. Oh, we're always sticking our neck out for the people, right? Or maybe this is family members, friends, co-workers, whoever this is in your life, it's just an energy that wants you to think that they have your best interest in mind. But meanwhile, they're overloading you with stress, anxiety, so you won't see the truth. I'm picking up a heavy energy surrounding gaslighting too. This is another way they get you. When you see something for what it is, and they try to tell you that what you're seeing is incorrect. Cancer, this is called mind control. Gaslighting is just another form of mind control. But we see it used now in a very bold manner. They just don't care. There's this idea inside the collective energy that to succeed in life, you must control somebody else's mind. It's everywhere. This is the indoctrination. You're seeing this in your family members, your friends, people you date. Anybody who's trying to control somebody else's mind and the way they perceive reality has given themselves to the dark. Period. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. No one human should ever want to control another person's life or mind. And that energy is all over this reading, Cancer. Ha-Amia, Queen of Swords, Ritual and Ceremony. This is the energy you're being called to bring into your life. It's a very perceptive energy. This is a no BS kind of energy. This is not somebody who can be controlled. This is somebody here who could control if they wanted to, but they don't. That's how powerful this person is. They realize they don't need to. The Queen of Swords is not somebody you want to come up against, male or female. It's an energy that will unravel you with one sentence. A wordsmith and somebody that can pull apart your mind in a matter of seconds. This is the energy that you're being called to encompass, Cancer, to empower you on your path. You must stand in power. You must understand the tactics that are being used against you to keep you away from your purpose. And if these individuals come at you or come towards you, you're being given permission to give them a taste of their own medicine. Just enough to get them to back up and get out of the way. You're not here to play games. There's too much at stake here, and you know this now. What do we have at the throat? What an energy to follow up the Queen of Swords. High Priestess, Ilahia. God the Eternal Lasting. Success. Protection from magistrates. Not only are you the Queen of Swords, but you are also the High Priestess. You're connected to divine source energy. Your intuition guides you right underneath this hangman. Every decision you make in your life is by way of divine guidance and divine guidance only. You do not listen to fools. You do not take instruction from anybody but God Himself. This is also an energy of you trusting yourself now, because you've gotten all of this disruptive energy out of your way. It's a far cry from that Seven of Cups. I'll tell you that right now. What do we have at the third eye? Knight of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag energy. Ha'u'ia, God the good in Himself. Protection, prevents discovery of secret crimes, saves exiles. Here you are, Cancer, pushing forward in confidence, in power, right on time as well. There's an energy of passion that I'm feeling here. There's a lot of creativity in your energy. The floodgates open for you once you clear out this disruptive energy, this smoke and mirrors. What do we have at the crown? Wow. Metatron, Wheel of Fortune. So we have Wheel of Fortune twice now. We have the negative polarity, and we have the positive polarity. Metatron, the recording angel. Advancement and progress, teaches, guides, and records events in the book of life. Goes along perfectly with everything we pulled up in this reading. This energy of you needing to change things up until something gets moving. Here it is. Now everything's moving. What you needed to change was the energy you had around you so you can see your way forward. The wheel starts turning. You step into this new life cycle. It's an energy of good fortune and destiny, all here waiting for you. It's always been here. And like I was saying as well about you not really needing anything else, you just need to release things, right? Release the burdens, release the baggage. This is what this speaks about right here. You seeing that you have everything you need right there inside of you. All the other energies around you are just there to disrupt you from seeing the truth and having enough clarity to see your way forward, Cancer. Cancer, this is the energy that's available to you, depending on where you are on this timeline, should you choose to accept. I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. If you would like a personal reading, all that information can be found in the description below. And thank you for your donations, Cancer. Take care.